Hey there, I'm Robbie with Delta Millworks. We're here with Baker today, and today we're chatting about Lunawood. We've been working with Lunawood here at Delta Millworks for 4 or 5 years now. It's become really a mainstay for us in our product offering. We offer it for just about any type of project, from the performance of the wood to the coatings and textures we're doing on the wood itself. We really have some versatile offerings, and we will get into the details of Lunawood, how it's made, how it's sourced, and talk about some specifics here. What do you think, Baker?
I can't say enough good stuff about Lunawood. It's the absolute workhorse of our product lineup. It's a tremendous value, and it's just incredibly consistent as well. That plays into so many factors of what we do. I could not be happier to be talking about Lunawood.
Lunawood is a Nordic spruce. They also make a Nordic pine, but we primarily work with their spruce product. All of this material is grown in Finland, where it is also thermally modified and made. Lunawood is a Finnish company. So in terms of sustainability and quality and non-toxicity of the product, Lunawood is really a great product for us and for our clients. Starting with the forests in Finland. Finland manages its forests as well as anyone on the planet. I think their original forestry laws go back to the 1880s. So, almost 150 years, Finland has been focused on producing sustainable woods and sustainable forestry standards. So these trees are on average about 90 years old, and they're not huge trees, these Nordic spruce trees we're talking about, but they grow slow. Most of Finland is under winter conditions for most of the year, 8-9 months even of very cold weather. So these trees do not grow as fast as other parts of the world. And ultimately, that's a good thing for the product. The rate of which it grows, the density of the material, and just how it's conducive with the thermal modification process. Nothing is in this wood except the wood itself, and heat and steam are applied. There's no other additives or chemicals in any of these Lunawood products we're going to be looking at today. So what is thermal modification? As I mentioned, it's just heat and steam. Thermal modification has been around for 25 years or so. Lunawood was really one of the first companies to do it, and ultimately create some of the standards that exist today with thermally modified woods.
Yeah, and it's important to note that thermal modification and thermally modified products is all that Lunawood does. They're not a, lumber company that's dabbling or just dipping their toe into the thermal modification market. You're seeing that a lot in North America with some people that aren't, modifying their wood to the same standards that Lunawood is. Lunawood's been doing it for 22 years. They helped found the ThermoWood Association, and that means that they all use the proper kiln. They're thermally modifying this product the proper time period, and it also means that all of it is third-party quality control tested every single batch.
A quick overview of what thermal modification is. It's really just heat and steam, but as Baker mentioned, Lunawood really helped define the standards of what thermal modification is and how this particular species reacts to thermal modification and how this wood should be properly treated. So there's guidelines and rules defined for how to process this wood. With other thermally modified woods, you don't always have those standards to control the quality, to control the process. The process can change. So we really want to stress when working with thermally modified woods that it's from a trusted source such as Lunawood, who's been doing it for decades, and that they have some standards and third-party testing behind it that really ensures the quality and consistency of the wood. It usually takes about 100 hours. This wood is kiln dried to its normal 12 to 15%, which you would expect in the moisture content for a kiln dried wood. They then put it in one of their thermo chambers and bake the wood at a little over 400 degrees for approximately 100 hours. So it's a relatively slow process, which it needs to be. You can't bake this stuff in 8 hours or a day. So it's a longer process, but it really creates the stability and performance that we see in these products. It really draws the moisture content down to about 0%. And then they introduce steam to the process to raise the moisture content up to around 5 or 6%. So that's a very low moisture content. A standard kiln-dried wood product can be anywhere from 10 to 15%. These products are coming in around 5%, which ultimately leads to a very stable and rot-resistant performance. The process bakes out the natural resins in the wood. Those natural resins can shrink and swell and ultimately decay, and Lunawood and the process basically removes those, creating a dry and stable wood product.
The thermal treatment process degrades the part of the wood that is responsible for rot and decay and movement. So you just end up with an incredibly long-lasting product with or without coatings. You can see with all these raw pieces of Lunawood is that they're about or exactly the same color. You know, that's not something that you see with every thermally treated product, and it comes down to the consistency in the Lunawood treatment process that also turns our milling operation into something that's a lot less stressful on our guys. It translates into better coating adherence. It translates into a straighter product coming off the truck, and it translates into a better product on our clients' homes.
Yeah, that's a great point, Baker. Consistency in color, we've seen with other thermally modified products, the color can vary from light, brown, medium, dark, and that can be an issue with offering raw wood or a clear coated wood, or even some of our stains, which we'll get into here in a minute. Having consistency in the color is important. And really, this is it's a rustic product. All of their products will come with some knots and some character to them, which frankly we like. Really, when they cut these trees down, they're using the entire tree. They're using the heart of the tree. So really there's knots throughout these trees. They're not large to where you can cut and find a clear grade in those logs. But in terms of value, we really compare this to, I guess, in terms of price point, in terms of meeting minimum performance requirements. We compare this to Western Red Cedar or an STK or knotty cedar grade, which has been around the North American market forever, and that product's shipped worldwide. But it has its downfalls as well. Cedar, once again, they're not thermally modifying it, they're kiln drying it. So, once again, moisture can cause issues to wood, especially exterior woods, because when you put a wood outside, it's going to want to acclimate to that environment. Kiln-dried cedar or other kiln-dried products, say they're here in Austin, they're delivered to us at 12%. We ship those products up to Colorado with very low humidity. That product is going to need to be acclimated, which could take a week or 2 or 3 to bring the moisture content down to its equilibrium for that particular environment. What we like about a wood like Lunawood is that it's already really dry. It can't gain moisture and it can't really lose moisture. So you're always going to be within 1 or 2% from what they produced over in Finland, which is at 5 or 6%. It's a really long-lasting wood, and it has great price point, great value, and the finishes we're doing on these products are frankly beautiful. Lunawood is one of our most versatile products. We primarily use it for wood siding, exterior wood siding. It can be used for exterior soffits, exterior fascia board and trim, interior walls and ceilings, and also exterior decking. So it's really versatile. I mean, in Scandinavia and Finland, I mean, they really use a lot of wood and have done so for many decades, if not centuries. Not just wood siding and decking, but even for the roof, a roof system we've seen, and that's actually starting to become more and more popular. And these woods can be installed unfinished, like some of our other high-performing wood products, so they don't need to be coated and maintained on a regular basis. These can be installed unfinished, and that's really a testament to their performance. We like to coat wood for a few different reasons. It does add longevity and additional protection to the wood. With our texturing, with how we coat the wood, it's also obviously the appearance of the wood. We have a great selection of pre-finished products. This is one of our new stained decking boards from Lunawood that we're really excited about. This is going to perform, it's going to age gracefully. As most of us know, wood will tend to turn gray over time when left to be exposed to Mother Nature. We do a ton of customization. 20 or 30% of the colors that go out the door are actually a custom color. Why we do that? It's because of how we approach the market, how we respond to our clients' requests. We're working on really great projects from coast to coast, high profile projects, and very particular clients who want, whether it's an adjustment to the texture, the size of the profile and the size of the wood, but also specifically the colors we can produce. Someone may want this color, this is our sand dollar finish, and want it a little lighter, a little darker, and that's something that we welcome here at Delta Millworks and something that really makes us unique.
Even though you can install this stuff without a finish on it, it's going to perform, very, very well for decades. Most of our clients want to make sure that they can keep their wood looking the same, after 7 years as it did on day one. And wood that's under a soffit or on a deck or on even just the north-facing side of a building is never going to weather at the same rate. So we really like to make sure this wood starts out all in the same place on every facet of a building, and our clients can keep it that way for as long as possible.
We really love Lunawood. It's a great value product. It's sustainable, totally non-toxic. It's wood, heat, and steam, and ultimately a wood that lasts 30 to 40 years in harsh environments.